In this video, we are going to see about the different types of stacks. Mainly, we are going to discuss about the two different stacks. So before that, we should know what is stack. In generally, stack is an arrangement of things that kept in order, that is one over other. But in full stack, the term stack refers to the combination of technologies that is used to build both the front end and also the back end of an application. That is the collection of technologies that we are used to create the complete web application, that is the front end and also the back end. A stack typically includes several layers of technologies. So for example, this is one example for stack. So normally the full stack that consists of these layers, that is the first one is browser. So whether we are using the desktop browser or mobile apps. And the second one, we are choosing the programming language in which we are going to implement the front end and back end. And the third one, framework. Okay, that if you are using any framework, so that also included in the stack. So otherwise we can also develop using the raw programming language. Then the next one, database. So basically we are having two types of database. One is NoSQL and another one is SQL database. So here we are choosing the database based on our application. Next one is web server. So whether we can use the Apache server or IIS server, or we can develop our own web server using Node.js environment. And the final one is operating system. In which operating system, so we are going to deploy our application. So all these packages combinedly called as the stack here. Here mainly we are going to see about the two different stack. One is called as mean stack and another one is men stack. So here the mean stack, the M represent MongoDB, that is the database we are going to use, and the E represent Express.js. So this is one of the backend framework, and Angular, so that represent the front-end framework, and the last one, Node.js. This provide the runtime environment for developing the applications. And the next one stack is, that is men stack. So here the M again stand for MongoDB, that is the database, that is one kind of NoSQL database, and Express.js backend framework, React. So this is actually the front-end library. Angular is a front-end framework. This is front-end library. And finally, Node.js. So this is runtime environment. So now we really see about this mean stack. So in the mean stack is a popular full stack development framework. So this is one of the popular full stack development framework. This mean stack. So normally stack means that include all the technologies which we are used to create a complete web application. So this actually combine the four different technologies to build the dynamic web applications. And here all these technologies are basically based on JavaScript. So here this stack leads to the faster development as well as deployment of the application. So here we are using the four different technologies. All these technologies are based on JavaScript. So we can quickly develop the applications. So these are the technologies that we are used in mean stack. First one is MongoDB. So this is a non-relational open source document oriented database. And the second one, Express.js. So this is one of the Node.js framework. This is actually provide the different features, okay, like middleware and routing. So using the Express, this actually simplify the routing process, and this provide the middleware functionality, that is this provide the different reusable functionalities. And the next one, AngularJS. It is JavaScript open source front-end structural framework. This is mainly used to develop the single page web application. So this develop the web application as a single page and all the rendering happen in the same page. And the next technology is Node.js. So it's an open source and cross-platform runtime environment for building highly scalable server-side application using the JavaScript. So this mainly provide the runtime environment for developing application using the JavaScript. Basically, the JavaScript interpreter embedded with the browser. So we can run the or execute the JavaScript only on the browser. So after introducing this Node.js only, we also execute the JavaScript outside the browser. That is, this Node.js provide the environment for executing the JavaScript outside the browser. So the next one, that is working of main stack. So if you are following the main stack for creating the full stack application, so here the developer create the view component using the Angular, and Express node are used to implement the application layer of the website. That is actual logic that is implemented by using the Express and node. And MongoDB is used to implement the database layer. So these are the four technologies we are used to develop the three different part of full stack application. And for the communications, they use the HTTP request and response. So for the communication, this also use the HTTP protocol. So here we are creating the view layer using the Angular. So the Angular, this is on the client side. This send the request to the Express server. So here Express server that can directly interact with MongoDB and that fetch or modify the data. So based on the user request, the server then sends the required data back to the Angular for rendering. So the Angular also create the final result and provide it to the user.